Michelle, when I think of the Uniworld Boutique River Cruise collection, I love that name, I automatically think of luxury. But sometimes I think for retailers who are tasked with selling this beautiful product, I think luxury becomes almost insurmountable in a sense for some people. So how should they be thinking of luxury?
I think when advisors are talking to their clients, it's very important that they get to understand exactly what their clients are looking for with their vacation experiences. And it really is about talking to them and asking the questions to find out what their exact needs are. Today's luxury client is really looking for something that's far more authentic and experiential. They're looking for highly curated and bespoke experiences that are unique, that's not like anything else that they've taken or experienced in the past.
Creating memories.
Yes. It's not about material goods anymore, it's about the experiences.
Yeah, and there's research actually to support that. We've published so much of it in the last year showing that in Canada, I mean, we always think that it's more elsewhere, but certainly in Canada, there's a lot of money that's ready to be spent on experiences versus goods, right? Versus the new car versus, because you know, we only have so much time here, so we want to collect those, right?
I would agree. And I think, you know, when it comes to the luxury clientele, you know, it's really about delivering on those unique experiences, giving them that VIP access, that behind the scenes, you know, tours. One of the things that we do at Uniworld is we provide very unique experiences on all of our river cruises, every itinerary and every destination, where we'll have an example would be taking them into some of the world's most renowned museums before they open to the general public. So you're in a small group of no more than 5 people with a local art historian before the museum even opens to the general public. You can literally hear a pin drop, it's so quiet inside. And that's the type of bespoke experience that clients are really looking for.
And it's something that they can share with their friends when they come back.
Those Instagram worthy moments.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, no,
for sure.
I totally understand that. And how, give me an example therefore of how a retailer would approach determining if their client is that type of client through a question.
So I think, you know, sitting down and talking to them about what their interests are, what are their passions, what has them very excited in terms of aspirational travel. I think many people have big celebrations that are coming up in their life. I know I had one last year, and one of my best girlfriends and I both had a big birthday in the same year, and several years ago we agreed that we were going to go away and take a fantastic trip together. And we could have done an all-inclusive luxury resort somewhere and just relax, but we wanted something really special. And we settled on Ashford Castle, an iconic red carnation hotel. It's 800 years old. That has been restored to its, you know, its beautiful glory. And so we spent a few days at Ashford Castle. And so talk to them about their aspirational trips. Talk about, you know, where they want to go. Everyone has a financial plan and they know where they want to be at a certain point in their life. But talk to them about their aspirational travel plans. Have a whole program put together for them that says, this is my 2-year plan, this is my 5-year plan, and this is my 10-year plan, and this is where I want to go.
That makes so much sense.
And then create it and customize it so that it's been tailored specifically for them.
When you talk about Uniworld, the experiences, Red Carnation hotels, I think of a very posh sort of environment, free-flowing champagne, but it's more than that, right?
It absolutely is. And I always say the cornerstone of our success at Uniworld is truly the staff and the crew that we have on board our ships. They truly elevate our brand each and every day. And it's the genuine passion and the love of what they do. It's an anticipatory service that they provide to our guests. I was speaking with a luxury advisor the other day who just returned from sailing on the beautiful super ship, the Joie de Vivre. And he shared a story with me, and I get this all the time. Whenever I go to consumer events or shows, I often have past guests that come up to me and share one of these stories. And we call them our tiny noticeable touches, our TNTs. And this particular advisor had just returned from sailing on the Joie de Vivre. And they were sailing back into Paris, and he was up on the sun deck with his partner and another couple from Canada. And one of our staff came up and brought them glasses of champagne and said, you know, as we're sailing back into Paris, you really should enjoy a beautiful glass of champagne and enjoy the scenery as we sail back in to this iconic city. And they said, oh, it's 9 o'clock in the morning, it's too early for champagne. But then they stopped and looked at each other and thought, why not? And so they took that champagne and they were sipping it, and they turned to each other and they said, you know, this is truly a moment that we would not have had otherwise had it not been for the anticipatory service and that staff member creating this moment for us. And that's what our staff do each and every day on our ships. And that's truly what differentiates us from everyone else in the market.
You know, I hear a lot of these stories over the 20 years that Openshaw's been running, but I have to tell you, the hair stood up a little bit. That's a really beautiful story. Love it. Uniworld has hit so many high points. What's coming? Because how do you top the top?
That's a very good question, and we challenge ourselves every single day. We talk about how do we take this incredible, iconic luxury brand and further elevate it? How do we take what is the best and make it even better? And so we challenge ourselves with that each and every day. And you know, we are as an organization are always focused on continuous improvement. We don't worry about what the competition's doing because we're always looking at how we can continuously improve and create an even better experience for our guests on board our ships. And so we do that with our staff and our crew, where we recognize and reward them for their tiny noticeable touches every day with our guests on board. And we're also elevating our ships. So we are now in the process of converting all of our existing fleet into super ships. And we're launching 4 new super ships in 2020. We have the super ship, the Mekong Jewel, which will be debuting in January of 2020, sailing on the Mekong River. We have the super ship Sphinx that will be sailing on the Nile on our Egypt itinerary. We have the super ship São Gabriel on our Portugal and Spain itinerary. And last but certainly not least, the conversion of the River Countess to the super ship La Venezia.
Oh my God.
It's a very exciting time for our brand. Yes.
Each one of those river cruises just sounds incredible. The Mekong, I mean, talk about building memories, right? I mean, that's a very unique experience aboard a Uniworld super ship. Wow.
Absolutely. And I think what is one of the real differentiators with Uniworld, of course, is that the design and the decor on board every one of our ships is truly reflective of the destinations that we're traveling through. We do not have a cookie cutter approach. Yeah. Each one is highly curated, and you know, our incredible design team with Bibi and Tony Tolman go into the local markets in each of these countries, and they source, you know, the rich fabrics and the materials that are going to be brought on board. So each ship is truly reflective of the destination that we're sailing through.
I had the pleasure of being on the inaugural of the Joie de Vivre, and I remember Brett Tolman telling me that not only the fabrics and all of the decor, but right down to the cutlery in the French bistro.
Every piece of furniture on our ship, when you see a beautiful a lounger or a chair, it was specifically commissioned to be in that room, in that suite, on that deck.
Wonderful. It's
as bespoke as it gets.
I would call that true luxury.
Yes.
Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you, Nina.